Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your hard work on the projects that you put together for Unit 1. You did a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to see what you do next. So this week, and I will share the screen, we are introducing the second project for this course. So by this point, you've read chapter 11 of the textbook, and that is talking about research proposals. And so maybe not to your surprise, what we're going to get into in Unit 2 is creating some kind of research proposal. So there's a lot of variety and options, and they're going to be different for different circumstances. But there are internal proposals, those are that are submitted within an organization, and external proposals, those submitted to somebody outside. There are research proposals versus goods and services proposals, and you're going to get to pick what you're going to do. So, for example, you might decide you're going to do an internal proposal and recommend that your organization purchase a product. So you're going to see an example of someone who writes a proposal suggesting that an elementary school get new pencil sharpeners. You might recommend that the organization change some aspect of its policies or procedures. So if you really hate the way USM does whatever it is, fill in the blank, you might decide to write a proposal suggesting that they change it. You might recommend that an organization create a new initiative. If you want to start a project, if you want to start a club or organization, all those things might work there. Or you might present a research proposal. So you might say, here's all the information I have about this problem or issue. I'd like to keep learning more about this, and here's how I propose to do that. You might also do an external proposal, so apply to a grant for your organization, ask for donations or money to support what you do, or answer a statement calling for proposals. So you might decide you want to work on a proposal that could be used within a job you currently have. If you're a librarian and you want to do some kind of project at the library where you work, you might decide to do something very realistic like that. You might also say, okay, I'm not in a position where I can do that right now. I'm going to think about what I might do in the future. And imagine you have your future job. What kind of proposal might you want to make? So for example, if you want to be a teacher and you've always wanted to see X or Y kind of initiative in a school, how would you propose that? And you can go big with a research proposal. You can go small and say, I want to make a proposal for starting a club here where I go to school or changing something there, because all of these are great ways to practice these skills and to actually, if you submit this stuff, try to make some kind of change in something that matters to you. So the format is going to differ kind of depending on where you're submitting it and why and what it is, but the pages in the book 308 to 314 give a pretty good example. And let's see, what we're going to do for the purposes of this assignment are you're going to have a summary, like a pretty short, brief summary there, an introduction where you address the context, the purpose, the problem, kind of what's going on, your proposed program, so what you want to do and how you're going to do it, your qualifications, so who you are and why you're qualified to do this, and your references, so sources that you use to support your proposal. You can, if you decide to, include graphics or tables or illustrations or a budget, but because there are going to be so many different types of things that you're working on, those are going to be left up to you. And what we have for due dates is we're going to do peer review the same way we did before. So rough draft, you're going to turn it in on July 10th. I'll assign partners based on who's turned one in, and you'll give feedback to that person by July 13th. For the final draft, we have a due date window. So I might suggest you try to have this ready by July 17th. We are going to introduce Project 3 on July 18th. but project 2 is accepted until the 22nd for full credit. So if you feel good with starting on project 3 while you're still finishing up project 2, that's great. If you just want to be done before we start project 3, that's great too. You can kind of pick your own deadline in there. Okay, so as always, if you have questions, concerns, issues, please let me know, and I will see you in the next video.